All right, the mic appears to be on. That's good. Is it working? It's working. The captions look like they're working. All right, fantastic. The mic will go off at some point during this stream. Just FYI, I didn't charge it, so it's gonna go off, and you can let me know when that happens. Do we see what's in this shot here? Right there on the left. Be right back. Or be right there. Yes, y'all. It is the stove camera. Immortalized forever. In the corner. It still works. Welcome. It does still work. It was just time. It was time. We've been talking about it for a while. Man, all the cabinets are open. It's like I was emptying the dishwasher in here. Is the microphone on? It is. Okay. Often it's not. Let's retired. Exactly. It's retired. I'd be willing to put it back. If I put a new camera there last night, today actually, specifically according to the clock. But in case that one, doesn't work or whatever, today's kind of like a dry run, a test run. Today's the first time I'm using that new camera, so we'll see how it goes. I think I hooked everything up correctly. Let me scroll back up and say hi. So Fluff, welcome in. Oh, hey, did we? I never turned that on. Anyway, So Fluff, thank you for the resub. I appreciate you. That is, there it is. That is quite a long time. That's quite a long time. It's almost 3 years. We're almost at 3 years. 3 years in June, maybe? I don't know. I forget. Shayna, welcome. I hope you're having a good Monday. We're back for a rare rare these days Monday stream. Baker, welcome. Good to have you. Slinka, hello. Hello. Good day. Hello, early birds. I was watching I Paint Burbs the other day for a while. Woma won a gift sub from there last month. Won Cookie Club and got asked for a gift sub from there. Anyway, I finally was like, oh right, I didn't send this gift sub, so I like was over there and I was watching her stream for a while. She's got a really great stream. An awesome setup too. Anyway, who knows? Welcome in. Good to have you. Chatsu, hello. Meal Prep Monday. We love Meal Prep Monday. I was thinking about Lovin the other day when I was talking about themes, and she's always got good themes. Meal Prep Monday included. I am ready to cook the next meal. Welcome in, Tatsu. Good to have you. Sita, welcome. Hello. Stove cam indeed. It is exactly the stove cam. Correct. We have retired the old stove cam, at least for now. What we've done is we've incorporated a new camera into the setup, but like all things, I don't trust it yet. Because the last time, anytime I incorporate some new piece of technology, it breaks something else. So today is the day that we potentially break something on stream, back-end wise. Hopefully nothing physical in the real world. Anyway, Fudge Darling, hello. Did I say hi to you? I don't remember. Maybe I did. I've said hi to you before. In the past.
Hello.
In the past. Dude Mesa, welcome. It's good to have you. Carl, hello, welcome. Cyborg, good day. Welcome in. Nakawaka, good to have you. Hello. Hello. I was out getting my steps today. I was not streaming it, but I did leave before school pickup a little bit earlier so I could get my steps in. Hope you're feeling satisfied with your amount you're walking today, your amount of walking. Oh, Shayna, isn't it fun to be the one that knows things? Former IT self is helping everyone as one does. You're like, listen, this will go a lot faster if you allow competency to take over for just a little bit, please. And I was being nice. Move, get out of the way. Cookies delivered or just nap? Well, can you bonus third option, could you set the delivery for a time in the future? Could you get future cookies? Can you be like, hey, can you deliver these it's 5 p.m. now for me, can you deliver these at 7:30 p.m.? And then you wake up to your phone ringing in a panic because you forgot to get up, and the person's now calling you because there's cookies outside, which is a great reason to get up. Anyway, that would be my bet. That'd be my move. Hopefully, maybe you can try that. Otherwise, it sounds like you probably order cookies later too. 2 chickens so far in the yard. Is that a good thing? I was gonna be like, that's amazing, but like maybe they make a lot of noise. I don't know. Not in my backyard. Just kidding. Dude Mesa, 80th check-in. I'm gonna write that down on the list where I keep the check-ins. Thanks for keeping on. 80. It's a lot. Chrono, welcome. I said hi. Several girls just said hi to you, but I'm gonna say hi again. Hi. Buster Splits, welcome in. Philly cheesesteak cups. You could absolutely do Philly cheesesteak cups. With what I'm doing today, you would just change the ingredients, change the filling. Steak, cheese, onions. Easy. Don't fix it till you add something new. Yeah. I always forget. Last night, here's what happened. Last night I was it was 11:50 p.m. and I was like, I'm just gonna plug that camera in and just see if I can, like, get it to work a little bit. And then it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I messed up. That was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. I just forgot how integrated things have to be. In, like, you set the camera up and then you have to make it work in all the different scenes, which, like, bonus for Passlu, thank you, Passlu, for setting up your OBS in a way that means you just have to add it in one spot, and it goes to all the scenes. But then it needs to get connected to the Stream Deck, and then it needs to get connected to the dials on the Stream Deck, and then it needs to be tweaked. So anyway, the camera I'm talking about is this one, which is off center now, because I was focused in on the old camera, which is right there. See, I couldn't do that with that camera. So anyway, that's why we got a new camera. Where was I going with that story? Oh, cheese steaks, right. Obviously. Oh wait, don't fix it till you had something new. No. Okay, sorry. I'm still catching up on chat. Please forgive me. So far we've got 8,200 steps. I think I have like 7,000 or so today. My goal is 5,500 a day. It's not that much. Some days I get, 25,000. Some days I get less. Overfeeding leads to a happy, sleepy soul. Pen almost went in the trash can. It can do that. It absolutely can. Chapstick Queen, welcome. Good to have you. I know when I overfeed, I get sleepy. Kind of noisy and not ideal neighbors. The chicken stuff up. Yeah, are they? Do they have a? Is there a rooster? Do they like make noise in the morning? That'd be terrible. But actually, I wouldn't. I mean, I probably wouldn't mind it. I could use some assistance in the morning. See, for reference, me installing a camera until 2 a.m. A steamy fire pit, Fudge Darling. That sounds great. I would love a fire pit this time of year. A fire pit's great because you're out at night and it's cold, but you're like the fire is warm in your backyard. Good. Who's knows Philly cheesesteak nachos? I could eat those. I don't have the ingredients to make them, but I could eat them. I could make the onions. Megan, welcome. Hello. The Mater camera. Yeah, well, that is what it's looking at there is wax tomato candle. And the old camera, the old stove camera. This is the stove camera. So we have several cameras. This is the one, the overhead camera, that hasn't changed. But this one, the camera that's showing this is new. Because before you couldn't do any of this with it. And now I like, want to be able to add value. Steak nachos. Yeah, they don't even need to be cheesesteak, but like if they're nachos, they're probably going to be cheesesteak by design, right? Because like what kind of nachos don't have cheese on them? Who's going to win the NCAA basketball tournament tonight? Oh, that's tonight. Florida's a state. Houston is a city. And I don't know anything about basketball or what teams those actually are. But good luck. I hope your team wins. Who is anybody watching the game tonight? I mean, it's not, I'm assuming it's tonight if you're asking. Okay, let's get started today. What am I actually doing today? Going to do hopefully maybe a couple things, 5, 6, 7. No, I'm just going to do one thing. Well, we're going to do one thing and then we may get to some other things after that. How's that? I want to make dinner first, because what'll happen is I actually want to be finished dinner at the regular time tonight. I don't really want to be super, super late on that. My music just went wild in real life on me. It was quite loud. Let's bump that though. There we go. Okay. Today we're gonna do a Philo cup thing. Last time when I bought the Philo cups, I bought the Philo dough to make baklava. I made baklava and it was very good. And I had another box of Philo dough, and I have some leftovers. So, leftover like other stuff, chicken, pesto, cheese, specifically cheese from last week. And we're just gonna make that into basically like some cups. So I know you can make like Philo cups pretty easily with just like the regular dough. So I think I'm gonna make 2 if I can. I don't know how far my ingredients are gonna stretch. So why don't we do that? We'll get the ingredients together before making the cups, because you make the cups and you like par bake them, and then you fill them, and then you finish baking them. So I'll get the ingredients together. We'll like get like a big bowl with all the stuff in it, and then we'll figure out how many like cups I think that can fill. That's going to be like probably the easiest way. I don't want to make like a bunch of cups and then be like, oh, I woefully underestimated or overestimated how much stuff I have, you know? No roosters allowed in town. Get out of here, roosters. No roosters allowed in town. That sounds like sort of like Footloose rules. No dancing, no roosters. But it makes sense if you're not like an agricultural area or if you're like, hey, you can't keep a rooster next to my window. Thanks. Carly, welcome in. Hello. Darlene on YouTube, welcome in. I'm doing really well. Yeah, so Fluff says, did everyone have a nice weekend? Hey, I can chat now. Hey, you can chat now. Hey, I see it. Welcome in. One day my nails will be different. Yeah, one day I will just have taken this off. Otherwise, they just keep peeling and I just keep cutting them. And now, they're just shitty. That's how it is. Who knows? I haven't prioritized taking the crappy gel off my nails, but it's making them really weak. Like they're really like the stuff that the nail underneath of where it peels off is really weak. So I should do that. I should prioritize that. I haven't. I should. I could. Not I should. I could. Or I could choose to continue to ignore the problem and wait until it all peels off and my nails grow out, and then who's laughing now at all the time saved? Yeah. Nobody. Anyway, Uncommon, welcome in. Hello. Hello. Syphilis says it was nice and warm and you were out enjoying it. I do love that. It was pretty nice. It's pretty nice out here. We walked a bit. Calvin and I walked all around on Sunday. I walked all around on Sunday. Played chess in the park. And then I did some computer work on this computer. I did some like admin stuff, which was great. Boris, welcome. Boris, that's 180 check-ins. That's quite a few check-ins. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna write that down. Oh, wow. See, when I don't turn the high sounds on, they stay there for like much later in stream. I should turn that camera on. There we go. Because we don't need to look at the top of my hat. Maybe. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't, might still. I try not to tell myself I should do things. Uh, Rubenel, welcome in. Welcome in. Cyberk, you are going to watch the game. We have a poll in chat. If you're gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Man. The way that song takes me to like the backseat of the car when I'm a kid. Listening to it on the radio. In the chili pot and eat them bowls up. You put the peeps in the chili pot and add the M&Ms. Put the peeps in the chili pot and makes it taste better. Cyborg, that is a great reason for watching a game. I will happily root for the Gators, which I believe to be Florida. It's got it. Yes, that's Florida. I'm sorry to hear that, and I appreciate your reasoning for watching the game. Go Gators. I'm not going to watch the game, but I will hope I'll put my energy towards that for you. Jamie, welcome. There's a poll in chat though. If you're interested in sharing your basketball game experience for this evening. I don't think I've heard that one before. No, there's some that mostly folks use the command for. Like subscribers will do command for that. They don't often get redeemed. Gators of Florida, go Gators. Yeah, the Gators have to be Florida. The Gators have to beat Florida. Oh my God. I want to go check your list about basketball or baseball. I like baseball, not in the sense that I root for a team, but in the sense that I appreciate the... I'm in danger! Oh, I appreciate the radio broadcast. I thought this microphone was on. It's just charging. Way back in the mid-90s, which I definitely remember and went through and have memories of, and I can recall. In the mid-90s, I was in 5th grade. So I definitely remember quite a bit about that. Or maybe not quite a bit, but as you said, it was way back. So let's get some fillings out. We have a large bowl. I think this will probably be fine. Prisoner says, in the mid-90s, I was birthed. As I've aged, it's wild to me because it's like, oh, you hear, oh, someone was born in the 90s. You're like, oh, they're young. You're like, no, they're not young. Not anymore. Not anymore. I don't know. Ruben, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Ooh. Oh God, Tatu. Soccer is one of those things that I kind of enjoy, only insofar as it just doesn't stop. One of the things that irks me about all of the games and sort of all of those are just that it stops. That I appreciate that soccer you can sort of, the game starts and then 45 minutes later you get a break for snacks, and then 45 minutes after that you're finished. It's over, guaranteed over. Which I really kind of love. And it just doesn't stop. You're just oh, Everybody keep moving. You got to use the bathroom. Great. Doesn't matter. Who says I am 30. I am still young. Do not play with me. I happen to agree with you. I consider 30 young. Younger. Young enough that it's still young in my mind, and old enough that I'm like, you're not a child. Jimmy used to play soccer. Excellent. I have a soft spot on top of my uncommon. It's funny. Drink more, cook less. It's good to have you, Robbie. Welcome in. Soccer in high school. Man, soccer was extremely competitive in my high school. If you were like on the soccer team, you were like good at soccer. If an obituary said you died young, you are not old. Yeah, that's true. Or like before their time. Or if it says unexpectedly, that's another like, okay. Master Split says nobody here likes basketball. I am shocked that that's how that poll turned out. I am not at all shocked. If I'm being, I don't even know. I didn't know that it was tonight until you asked. Or no, I did know that it was tonight. I think I did know that. Why did I know that? I saw something about the UConn women's team winning, and then that was yesterday, and so I assumed that like the men's team was tonight, or like the men's league was tonight. Amy, happy meet cute anniversary. I hope maybe it was a meet cute. I don't know. The poll is over though, and it is a resoundingly uncaring about the basketball game tonight result. It is a surprise to literally nobody. It's not a tie. That was a fun poll. Liz, hello, welcome in. Like Hannah says, I like playing sports and I still like watching them. Yeah, I like I can definitely get behind that statement. I really prefer sort of physical activity. Oh wait, that's really not going to work with that light like that, is it? No, it sure isn't. I just put the light directly in front of the camera. Untimely, uncommon. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, any of those words happen to come into your obituary, like that would be considered young on the spectrum of all ages. Oh, penalties, right. Yeah, but that's sort of, I mean, I feel like Tatu, yes, and I think that is also like, I mean, generally, I know that when they're playing the penalties out, you know, sometimes it'll be like whatever X number of minutes, and then it'll go over that. But I think, by and large, I mean, I feel like soccer is at least, I don't know, sort of relentless. I like just being able to get into the game. If I'm watching a game, I like that there's just sort of nonstop stuff happening, because then I don't have a chance to like look at other stuff like my phone, which I will. Mix, welcome in. Really nice. Says my mom had headaches from Lyme disease. I don't think anymore. I know that she used to be a lot more affected by it, but I don't think so. Or if so, it's not like attributable to that directly anymore. All right, let's try this. We're gonna I'm trying to move this camera and see if I can get a little like, oh shoot, that's very zoomed in. Hold on. We can't have that as zoomed in as it is. But we can do that. That's kind of cool. You can just like set the thing. Some I'm taking some time today to sort of fiddle with this camera a little bit just to make myself more comfortable with it. So forgive me if I'm just like a little bit more attuned to the stove camera today. Liz says, did Mouse leave already? Yes. Yes, indeed. Mouse, I believe, was rehomed, or not rehomed, has landed, I guess I should say, in a new spot, I believe. I believe. And we had another cat that was here for a little while as well, who is not, I don't think she's quite at the MSPCA yet. But basically they send Mouse got adopted basically right away, like immediately right away. And then the other cat was getting spayed before going to the MSPCA. So I believe she may be there now, but she was not right away. But we don't currently have any cats in the house that are fosters or that live here full time. Darlene, I am on YouTube. I am sorry to hear about your Lyme and the seizures, and just I hope you were able to find uh, treatment or comfort, or at least a physician, an understanding physician. Yeah, Lyme disease is no joke. All right, I'm just cutting up this chicken. So we're making some phyllo cups today. Basically, I'm going to take this phyllo dough that we have left over from the baklava stream and make dinner out of it. I found a little recipe on, I forget I don't remember what I looked up, but I believe it was like phyllo cups or something like that. It's something like remarkably easy to guess. It's something like phyllo cups. Anyway, it was one of the results was basically just like layer them, put oil in between them, par bake them. Couldn't be easier. So that is what we're doing. I'm going to fill this bowl up with a bunch of different fillings, ingredients, and that will determine how many phyllo cups we make. Mini egg bites. Yeah, Fudge Darling. I think I might put some egg in here. I was thinking about egg. I was thinking about mixing like one egg into here. Not like an omelet, right? Like I don't want the or not like an egg cup, but just so there is something to stick everything together. That's my that's my thought. And I think I am going to do that. If I want to do that, I need to get an egg out because otherwise I will forget because it's only been maybe get two out. We'll see. It's only been a fleeting thought, and your comment there just reminded me. All right, what else? What else do we want to get out of this refrigerator? Um, cheese. So we're gonna do some leftovers here. I'm gonna put some. We have onion. You know what? I have onion on the stove. I don't also need to fry this onion. We'll maybe use that for something else. Apple butter is a no. What else is in here? No, leftover sugar. Okay, I have some cheddar cheese. What is this leftover from? This is leftover from the camping trip. This is the cheddar that I used on the nachos. Smells fine. Looks fine. tastes fine. Is fine. I'm a little anything that I take camping with me because it was not in a refrigerator, it was in a cooler. I'm always a little bit suspicious of. I believe the kids would say sus. And this past camping trip, I was like, oh man, I felt like such an idiot when I opened the cooler after getting to the campground. I realized I didn't put my ice packs in it, but I had purchased ice and I just put a bag of ice in the cooler. And I have a system. Basically, I put a bag of ice in a dish pan, and then I put the things that really need to stay cold: milk, cheese, anything that's like gonna go bad like real quick. I put that in the dish pan, and as long as it's not like with milk's in a glass bottle, like cheese is wrapped, whatever. So that when the ice melts, like it like the water in the bottom keeps everything cold even farther. Yeah. So I had this cheese in there. I had, some other stuff in there, and it turned out great. I had the yogurt containers in there. It actually, the food when we got home on that Monday was colder. It was cold. Like I got a new bag of ice every day, and it stayed super, super cold, which was kind of nice, and a bit unexpected. So, cool. Cooler with no ice, right? What's better than arriving at the campground, opening your cooler and realizing that all of your food is just in there chilling itself. Megan, sausage rolls for an appetizer? Did you wrap like sausage in layers of phyllo? That sounds really, really good. That sounds really, really good. Mick says that's smart. I'm gonna steal that trick. It's definitely born from longer trips that I take when you take a 4-day trip and your ice packs run out on day 3. That's what you do in the interim, yeah, and it does. If you it keeps things, you can keep things dry just on the other side of the dish pan. I happen to use a dish pan, and I have for a long time, and I hate it because it doesn't fit right in my cooler, and it kind of like what I would love to do is just measure the dimensions of my cooler and then like get a thing that sits right in there and have it be like perfect. But I have yet to do that, and will probably never do that until the dish pan breaks, because it works now, and why change? So it's just for the drive. Oh no, Sarah, this was when we got to the campground that afternoon, and I was unpacking. I opened the cooler and realized that I didn't have any ice packs in it. So it was like hour number 1 in the campsite of a 3-day weekend. Knox, welcome in. Megan says ground sausage. Okay, ground sausage with breadcrumbs, other seasonings, rolled in the long rolls and cut into bite size and bake. Oh, that would be really good. That feels like something I could do with this. Jamie, thank you for the gift sub to Megan. You didn't have to do that, and you did, and I appreciate it. Okay. Oh, Jamie, what we were discussing via your cookie club situation was a go. Just FYI. I forgot to message you. And here we are. And I don't generally like to follow up with offline stuff in chat during stream, but I figured that was kind of a one and done notification. When I say I don't like to follow up in chat with offline stuff, I mean like when folks DM me asking to like do things or get things or for me to whatever. You know, I don't know. Maybe you don't know. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. They feel a little sticky. That's mainly for like, would you like to participate in this thing or this streamathon, raid, train, hype, extravaganza group project? Maybe, but I don't want to talk about it with you in front of everyone. That's what that means. Hey, Gwen. Hello. Gwen, these are cups in a muffin tin. We make a muffin tin and they're like little pastry cups with all the stuff in this bowl inside of them. Cheese, chicken, pesto, etc. All that stuff. Katsu, hello. Oh, yes. Hello. Hey, Lemon, good to see you. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in, friends. We're sort of getting started. We've started, but we're so very close to having gotten started. So I feel like we can say that. Demonics, welcome in. Lemon, good to see you. Arrow, hello, welcome. Ninja, hello. Hello, a smattering, welcome in. Welcome in. Sofa, thank you for the shout out to Lemon. I appreciate you. Snacks and friends. This is not a meal prep. We're not meal prepping today. We're just making a meal. It's Make a Meal Monday. It's not Meal Prep Monday. But I hope prep went well. I know you were prepping earlier. Tex, welcome. Good to see you. Hello. Now I can slurp my noodles. Isn't that the best? One of my favorite things is when you raid somewhere and then you get to watch because you don't have like maybe a ton of stuff to do, even if you don't chat, which obviously you just prepped a bunch of stuff and like probably want to clean and do other things that are not talking to a camera. So like, you know, away with you if you need to do those things. But you know, anyway, what was I saying? Hello, it's nice to have y'all. If you were hanging out here, please go follow A Recipe Reborn. A Recipe Reborn is a good friend to the stream, fellow food and drink streamer, good advocate for all things that are, wholesome's not the right word. That's not, anyway, Lemon's like a really good person and also a very entertaining streamer and runs a really good stream and chat. You should go follow Lemon. For those of y'all who just joined us, welcome. My name's Lou. This is mostly a food stream. Let's say like it's, 90, 80% a food stream. And the other 20% is IRL stuff out and about in Philadelphia. But mostly we're here cooking, generally cooking vegetable forward family meals for myself, my partner, our son, which is what we're doing tonight. This is, as I would describe it, an old school stream. I used to do a lot of just like 5 to 7 p.m. We're making dinner. That's what this is today. That's like stream tonight. We're just literally just making dinner. This is like my weeknight dinner. Welcome in. For those of y'all who are new, for those of y'all who've been here before, it's nice to have you. You should know that follows are silent. There's no alerts and no messages in chat. If you follow, I will not say hi to you and immediately ask you for anything. You can feel free to lurk and have yourself a nice little time without being perceived. Anyway, we're making dinner, as I mentioned. Finished slurping. I love the sound, the satisfaction of like a noodle. I'm like a noodle basic person, but I love it. I love eating something the way you're supposed to eat it, which is not like daintily with like a fork and like, whatever. It's like, nah, you gotta get in there. It's what makes it enjoyable. I hope stream was good. Happy Monday, y'all. Today, for dinner tonight here, we're making phyllo cups. So 2 weeks ago, I had a stream wherein I made a bunch of stuff with pistachios. I had some leftover phyllo dough. I am trying to use up some things. So from the fridge, I have cheese from last week. I have cheese from a camping trip. I have chicken from last week. I have chicken from a camping trip. No, the chicken's not from the camping trip. The chicken's from last week. I didn't cook the chicken while we were camping 2 weeks ago. Anyway, pesto. So I'm just kind of using up a bunch of stuff today. I'm also gonna put some broccoli in here, fresh broccoli. That is from the market this past week. So then we're gonna make these little cups out of phyllo dough in a muffin tin. We're gonna layer them, cut them, put them in the tin, par bake them, fill them, finish baking them, and then that'll be dinner. So that is what to expect today. If I somehow get through all of that and it's there's still time left in the stream, I may toss stock on the stove to simmer for the rest of the evening until I strain it tonight. I may cut up this cantaloupe, not for any reason other than it really just needs to get cut up and off the counter and into the fridge because it's ready to be cut up. But we'll see. That's what we're doing today. Making dinner because their family needs to eat every fucking day. Whose knows? Correct. Made a bunch of channel updates over the weekend. For those of y'all who are in the Discord, there's a channel in there called Release Notes, and made a bunch of updates to several things, a lot of just like back-end stuff. I added some new things, I added some new automations, I added a new camera. So yesterday was sort of a back-end work day, which I haven't had in a while, but now I'm in the mode. In the mood? Both for that. Avo, did I say hi to you? I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. Have another one. Hello. That one's for the bank. Jamie, this is a basketball stream. You're correct. There's a match tonight. A game. A game. I'm thinking about chess. We've been thinking about chess a lot lately. Calvin's been really into chess. Velos, welcome. Welcome. Welcome and bienvenue. Welcome. How do I do that, Velos? So Velos asked for, not asked for, reminded me, can I do that from here? Yeah, I can. Okay. And boom. There we go. Okay, did it work? No. Okay, yes, now it worked. Sorry. Some admin, speaking of admin things, I'm getting admin things out of the way. Hey! That's for Cookie Club last month. Lemon, what are you using with your leftover phyllo? I am using the camera. Correct. Correct. I put the old camera in the corner, the startup corner, and the new one is in place. It was tested. I said this earlier, but I made the mistake yesterday. Do y'all ever like start doing something too late and then you're like, I can't stop though? So I started, it was just before midnight last night, and I was like, what? Let me just plug this in and see what happens. And then like 2 hours later, I finished. So it was very, it was definitely different to set it up. I'm like, oh, right, this one has settings. The other one did not have any settings. Anyway, wow, I just sat the cast iron pan spin on the stove directly on a rubber mat. Cool. That was smart. That was perceptive of me. Sofluff, enjoy your lurk. What do you know about the back end? A back end. I the back end of stream. I guess that's how I refer to it. I I added. What did I add? Yeah, this is a bunch of stuff. I don't even know. I don't even remember all the stuff that I did. I ended up. What I do with any of that, anytime I add things to the stream, I just keep track of it in like a long list, and then like whenever I got like a bunch of stuff, I put it in the release notes channel. But like yesterday, I did like 3 hours of work all at once. Yeah, looks a little better. I think I need to tweak the lighting on it. Anyway, what we're doing today is making a filling, this filling specifically, and then we'll figure out how many phyllo cups I think I can fill with all this filling. That's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna add stuff to keep adding things to this bowl. Adding to the pan right now. I'm adding just a touch of olive oil. There's already plenty in there. There's already plenty of butter actually in there, because what I'd had in there is caramelized onions from last week, which all of that fat that's in the pan is butter right now. Right. Well, welcome in. Good to have you. Okay. I'm gonna put this pesto in here. So I'm basically what I'm trying to do today is clear stuff out of the fridge. Clear like kind of whatever I can out into this bowl. It's going to end up all mixed together inside of these cups, little phyllo cups that we're gonna make, and hopefully, it tastes good. I think it will though. Anytime you add like all this stuff went together on other ingredients. You had me at cabaret and cooking. Welcome, frienda, étranger, stranger. You caught that reference. So my Twitch instance is telling me that I am to pronounce nonces. I don't know that that's correct, and I'm very sorry. I'm sure that it's not. If you would care to put any type of phonetical spelling of pronunciation in chat, I will make my best effort. Nancy, not okay. I will make my best effort. It is a rare Monday stream. Yeah, I basically can't stream on Thursday this week. I can't stream Wednesday. I can't stream Thursday. I'm planning on streaming Saturday, but that's like a long time from Tuesday. So I was like, well, let's do one on Monday, because I want to make dinner anyway. Well, I realized too that like I wasn't going to get to make dinner more than once this week. Yo, are you? There's a child down here. I'm being accosted. Okay, I'll see you.
I can't come up on stage.
No. Okay.
Love you.
Okay. Let me see. Bye. Filling phyllo cups with filling. Filling phyllo cups with filling.
Bro.
Oh my god. Filling phyllo cups with filling. Yeah, Lemon, I'm working on it. It does look good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Don't know what I'm doing with file yet. It's in the freezer. It'll stay in the freezer it'll stay good in the freezer. That's where I've been keeping mine. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, the camera was packaged well and good quality. Thank you. a good deal. This is, speaking of frozen, I'm trying to see if this is thawed. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If you're new to the stream, which some of y'all probably are, every hour we do a 3-minute break. We do a game, usually 2 games of Words on Stream. We do have a new counter command, so y'all are incentivized today. If whenever a board gets cleared, right, you can enter command board, BOARD, in chat, and it will start a counter. So we got to get one today. I like to send all the things that go with it. Yes, I know. Yeah, you're like, yep, no, you got to take it all. But yeah, that little clip thing that sits on top of the monitor, that, like, who has ever actually used one of those? The answer is nobody. But it is useful. All right, we're gonna have a 3-minute ad. We're gonna have 2 games of Words on Stream. Here it comes. Catch you on the flip side.
Hi.
There we go.
To another edition of Commercials I Hate.
Phil Liz. What's that, Gwen? Okay. Okay, bye. All right. While that is going, I want to put away some dishes. Do I still have dishes in the dishwasher? I do. These are clean. Let's empty these out before anything else. Happy to see you, by the rest of stay. Wait for you, welcome. Oh my god. Why can I not get this pot in here? Oh. Damn. This is really... Oh my god. Almost... Okay, got it. That colander. Hey! Did it happen? Was that it? Yes. That was it. Right? That was the end of a board? That was the end of a board, right? Docs. Yes, it was. But it was passed, correct? Like, it was completed. Cleared it. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if it works. So when you complete a board, you do that. And it's a counter. Cool. It worked. Hey, work again. Gosh darn. All right, that is the end of the ad break. If you're on Twitch, thank you for your patience. Welcome in. Welcome back, I should say. Let me go ahead and rephrase that. Okay, sorry, we're back. There we go. Why can't I remember how to manage words on stream? Alley Cat, welcome in. Good to have you. Yes, the lens covers. The cables are helpful. Cables are always helpful. The ones that come with the cable that comes with the camera is always helpful. And it is the one I'm using. Jordy, hello, welcome in. Good to see you. Okay. We're back. I was going to empty the dishwasher, but I got distracted and did not do that. So let's finish cutting some stuff up to put in this bowl. I have on the stove back here, behind me, up here, so just some red pepper. It just has olive oil and salt in it. And I just wanted to cook it a little bit. I just didn't want it to be raw. But I'm not trying to do anything fancy with this. I'm just gonna let this cook for another, like, I don't know, minute, 2 minutes while I get the broccoli out. And then we'll throw it in the bowl with the rest of the stuff. Here's a broccoli. Maybe some herbs. No, I don't think I really need herbs. I have like pesto in here. I have a bunch of pesto, which is filled with herbs. Yes, of course we need herbs. Who am I talking to? Why am I even? Of course we're gonna put herbs in it. Obviously. This cheese can go in there too. That's a little bit of Parmesan. Maybe I want to toss some feta cheese in there. Maybe. I don't think so though. Okay, I'm trying to get. Anytime you update OBS, another thing I did yesterday, anytime you update OBS, you have to sort of like, every once in a while I'd be like, hey, where's that thing that used to be there that I only use once every stream? It's not there anymore. So sad. Okay, I'll put these red peppers in. I think that's it for the pan, like the cooking situation on the pan here. I don't think I need anything else. Am I cooking anything else? No. Not in that pan. But we're using it up today. This is definitely a use it up meal. We're using up a red pepper. We're using up all the leftover chicken, the leftover cheddar, the leftover Havarti, the leftover pesto, the leftover caramelized onions, adding a little bit of Parmesan in here. I'm going to add some broccoli, which is not leftover. This is from the market this week. But the inspiration for what I'm making today was I saw the cheddar in there and I was like, oh, broccoli cheddar would be good. So we do have to have some broccoli in there. Nancy, 2 red bell peppers. Yes, 2 red bell peppers for some reason. I buy them and then I'll have them next week and I'll be like, oh, I meant to use that and then I didn't. I also want to blanch the broccoli because do I want to blanch the broccoli? Yeah, I do. And just briefly, but I do want to blanch the broccoli. I want it to cook. I want it to stay green and not. Actually, I don't really care whether or not it stays green. But I do want it to be cooked a little bit more than being raw. Because everything else in here is already cooked. The chicken is already cooked. The chicken is already cooked. The onions are already cooked. The red pepper I just cooked. So we'll blanch the broccoli a little bit, and that'll be nice. And then we'll bake it, but it won't bake for that long. Really, I'm just trying to bake it for long enough to like melt the cheese inside of the phyllo cups and get everything warm. And then we keep it at warm in the oven if I finish early, which I will not. If history is any indicator, I will not finish early. Oh, it says, random question, do you eat the belly buttons of the little cherry tomatoes? Do you mean like the leaves, like the little stemmy leaves that come on there that are soft? Or do you trim cherry tomatoes? I do not trim. Woo! I do not trim cherry tomatoes. No. I don't eat the leaves. If they're small, I'll just eat the whole thing. Who's Knows says, I know this is not a WWE stream, but I'm hyped for WrestleMania. You know what's funny, Who's Knows? I just got I had a time hop the other day from something that I made on stream, and it, for whatever reason, like WrestleMania was like today last year, like this day of the week or something. And I remember it coming up in chat, and Master Splits was very excited about it. And so you are not the only one. I know there are other folks out there who share your enthusiasm. Last year, it came up in chat a bunch because it was in Philadelphia last year. I only trim them if they look gnarly, Lemon says. Exactly. I feel like if I'm not really gonna notice it in my like bite number 2, I'm not. Like, first bite, like, tomatoey, you know, you're already starting to chew. Second bite, like, I say bite number 2 because, like, if you took the little stem off and just had, like, one little bite of and that was the first one, you might notice it, but otherwise, you're like, to me, I don't think you're going to notice it. Never seen a tomato with leaves. I guess I was thinking about the ones that you get that are, the like on the stem tomatoes. They usually come in groups of like 3 or 4. Yeah, just put them whole and stuff, Nancy says, because half the fun is biting into them. I agree. They're grape tomatoes. I don't do anything with. I clean them, but that's it. I'm taking the stem of the broccoli. I bought 2 heads of broccoli this week. 2 of like these that I am just cutting apart. And right now I'm just cutting them and cutting the stems up because this is all going inside of something and it's all getting mixed together. So there's no reason to not use little bits of the stems too. Like the broccoli florets will definitely be there, but I can use much of the stem as well. I was going to get the other broccoli out, but I was like, why? I'll save that and put it in Calvin's lunch a day or 2 this week. I feel like they last longer on the vine. I feel like I kind of agree with you. I generally will buy tomatoes and I keep them on the counter, never keep them in the fridge. But then if I don't use them, because I really enjoy just tomatoes in general, and if they're like, you know, if it gets to be like Friday and I've got tomatoes that are not doing, you know, that are like a day or 2 from the compost, I'll just cut them up and put some salt on them and eat them like right off the cutting board. I don't buy them in enough bulk to be like, oh, these are going bad, let me like can them or something like that. I could make sauce out of them. That would be another good thing to do with leftover tomatoes. Joe, welcome. Nice to have you. Who's Knows says WrestleMania's been 2 nights for a few years. It's the 19th and 20th, which means WrestleMania, Easter, and 420 on the same day. It's a lot happening. If you're like Christian stoner wrestling fan, you're just like going all out that day. Your day probably has 3 distinct acts. That's my guess. All right, that's enough of that one. We're gonna blanch this. How's that water? Almost there. Put a small pot of water on the stove. Blanch this. Let's see what else I can put in here. I don't know if there's any other stuff in the fridge. No, let me get some herbs here. I think what I want to do with the herbs maybe is sprinkle them over the top at the end. Because if I add them in, they're not going to be. I mean, when I say at the end, I mean after it's been cooked. I kind of want to just like put some greens on top. Since there's pesto in here, but it's not particularly green colored. Right? Sea Films, hello. Sea Films, I saw you say hello earlier. I had a sentence in my head that just kept going, and then chat kept going, and I'm very sorry, but I did not say hi to you earlier when you said hi to me in chat. Cooking streams have been good. I've been happy to be back, on something of a regular schedule, although Monday is not a normal stream day, or hasn't been a normal stream day for a while. It used to be a very regular stream day. Mondays, I often feel too in need of downtime to stream. Monday's the day after I've just Calvin's been at home both days, kind of Monday's the day after the weekend, and if you're the one, as I am many times, doing activities on the weekend, it is Monday. I don't usually have the energy to stream. Anyway, I knew I was going to be doing a bunch of admin work on the stream, and then I would actually be excited about doing a stream this week. And I was like, I'll do, a little dinner time on Monday. So Megan says Easter's on 420. It'll make the dinner with my in-laws go better. Hell yeah. Maybe you can find a friend, not necessarily someone from the same household, but just outside in the world, taking your walk, as one does after being with the fam for extended periods of time, especially when there's a lot more of them in one place. Chopping up some dill. We're going to chop up some chive after this. I hear a water back there boiling. So we'll chop up the chives and then we'll blanch the green beans. I don't want to, broccoli. They're not green beans. I do have green beans in there, and I was just going over in my head, what else could I use? What other vegetables did I get this week? I got celery. I got a bunch of stuff. Now I'm saying it out loud. As it happens. Oh my God. Sea Films, what has been your movie agenda? Are you watching new films, or are you watching? Let me ask. Are you watching new films? Are you watching stuff catching up on a backlog, or are you specifically looking at Seattle-based films? What's been your movie kick lately? I feel like we've been on a more just needing downtime. There's been a lot of stuff happening. So I don't think we've particularly been on a movie kick, although Gwen and Calvin saw Minecraft yesterday, which I heard was great. A walk with the cousins mix. Yeah, exactly. Except that one cousin that's not cool and can't keep a secret, right? That's you gotta walk out when that cousin's getting trapped by Uncle Arthur, talking to him about something. All right, go. His aunt's greenery mix. Yeah. Everybody has their value in some capacity. Oh man. It's a funny reason to miss somebody. A very niche vibe, whose nose says, yeah, the fact that Easter and WrestleMania and 420 are all the same day is, I feel like that's some sort of cosmic astrology girly shit happening, lining up, but like in a weird sort of like bro culture way. Not that, I guess not. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but whatever. Sarah says, when I was 12 to 13 years old, I went on that holiday walk with my older cousin and was shocked to learn that she was smoking weed. Whew. Is that what they do on those walks? Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Otherwise, they'll make us take the younger kids. We don't want that. Megan says, we saw the Minecraft movie yesterday too. I thought it was terrible. Calvin enjoyed it. Gwen said Gwen, I was like, how was it? She was like, it was good. So I don't think terrible was her reaction, but I don't think like movie of the year was in the conversation, if we're being honest. 17 and older, yes, mix, that's correct. Unless like whatever. Unless they're cool. New movies at the theater. Seafoam's got it. That's cool. Is it movie season? Are we in like a release season right now? Dan, hello. Good day. The ant moved out and doesn't have social media. Oof. Like a puff in the wind. Just gone. Wait, five more minutes? Wait, hold on. 5 more minutes. Joe, what am I missing? 5 more minutes on. I'm sorry. No, like. The joking about the incomplete thought. Oh, see, yes. Yes. Oh my God. See, you could just accompany it with one of those. That's Joe, that's literally why the emote exists, because I don't get jokes. I don't get jokes in text, and I don't get them if you say them to my face sometimes. I appreciate you making them. Please keep trying. Who's knows says I could be an astrology girl who lives in Christian bro culture for a day. I mean, if the shoe fits, indulge. 6 movies at the theater, Seafoams? That's incredible. I have seen 0 movies at the theater this year. I don't imagine that will change much. We need my sound command. We do. So if sound commands are next, I'm in to be fair. Oh, you know what I can do with this? Oh, you know what I can do with this? Watch this. Oh my God. Hold on. Are we doing it? Are we really doing it? Is it going to happen? Is it going to work? No way! I don't have to put the camera right next to the flame. Hell yeah. Okay, let's blanch these. Okay, let's just do these for like a minute. Woohoo! There we go. Well, this is not boiling, but it's hot. It will remain hot. Heck yeah. Oh my God, that's so much crispier. Seafoams, you have 110 movies on your watch list. What determines the watch list? Thunderbolts, because Sebastian Stan is on the big screen. Is Thunderbolts a superheroes movie? Sofa says my spouse is an avid movie watcher too. I appreciate folks that are movie watchers. My buddy Drew is Marvel. Okay, it sounds like a superhero movie. My buddy Drew is a big movie watcher, and he has one of those AMC or whatever it is, like the Movie Pass memberships, where you just get to go. You basically, whatever it is, you get like free movie tickets, right? He gets that, and I'm always like, you've seen more movies from in the past like month than I've seen in the past several years. which is always kind of funny and also makes me feel sad in some ways. I'm like, man, I don't get out very often. I got on the movie rewatch list. I have to have seen a movie at least 2 times. I have to have seen it since it started the list in 2020. I'm imagining this is one of many lists. See films. Ran out of movies I wanted to watch. Joe says, "Yeah, Drew, my friend Drew, is he doesn't seem to care about what the movie is. He just wants to watch all of them, and like he does, which is funny. Because he definitely like goes to the movies probably like twice a week. I feel like that maybe, I don't know. I don't know if he does anymore. He used to. Tend to watch shows because I don't have to make any choices. And you can watch those at home. Nancy says, I've gotten used to watching movies in the comfort of my own home and at my own pace. Yeah. I definitely can understand that. I'm at 2 minutes on these, 2.5 minutes. So we're going to turn these off. And I'm going to take these out and just put them, drain them, put them right back into the bowl where they were. I know I could put these on ice and stop them from cooking. I don't believe I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to toss them into the mix that I already have, and they'll spread out and cool down pretty quick. Amazing. Megan says, I like the Imogene Theater. They have $5 movies on Tuesdays. That's a good deal. I forget the name. Are those like, do they sell, are they like first run movies? I remember we used to have a movie theater in my hometown that was like the second run movies. And the movies were like $3 or $2 or something like that. It was like you get the ticket. The movie, I don't think you bought like a movie ticket. I think like you had to, like you went and you had to buy snacks. And if you bought snacks, you like got to go see a movie for free or something like that. Twindrella, hello, welcome. Roman says, my brain likes to do the thing where it predicts how the movie will go from the beginning and be right a lot of the time. It's not even a superpower. Movies can be very predictable. They can be very predictable. That's very true. I feel like that is very true. Which is why the good ones are so well loved, because they're unique. And they exhibit some sort of capacity for novelty, which is great. Dollar Tuesdays mix, yeah. The second run theater in my hometown used to be near the Barnes & Noble and the Starbucks, which is where I used to like to hang out as a teenager. So like, literally we go to Circuit City, we go to the second run movies, we go to Barnes & Noble, we go to Starbucks, and we go back and start all over. And that was like the evening. A drive-in is super cool. I think the idea of a drive-in now is catching... I think the idea of a drive-in now is more approachable to people now that their car has like Bluetooth and whatever, and you can like broadcast through like... You can get broadcast like car sound quality, you know? I think that's cool. I think it's even more accessible now with like the way the technology has moved forward. Megan says we had to drive to movies when Dollar Theater when I was a kid. Saw many movies. Yeah, I just got many snacks. We used to go and like get snacks and then sort of movie hop. Joe says one of my proudest moments was watching a movie and being like, "This is a movie that has a slow motion flicked cigarette in it," and at some point, and I was right. That's a satisfying feeling when you're like nobody's on screen yet, and you're just like, "Yeah, I got this." Fellas, so much for spring. Enjoy the flurries. Hopefully they don't stick around. Twinderella, catch me up. I'm happy to catch you up. We are working through some Philo cups very slowly today. I started by just talking a lot in a surprise to nobody. Then I just started pulling things out of the fridge. I pulled out the chicken. I pulled out, what's gone into this bowl so far? So basically, here's what we're doing. Up to this point, we've been filling this bowl. This bowl is quite literally filling. We are creating filling in this bowl. What is in here so far? I heated up the leftover caramelized onions. They were in like a little fat disc brick. So heated those up and put those in. There's leftover chicken, plain chicken. There's leftover pesto chicken. I cut up and cooked a red bell pepper. I cut up and blanched some broccoli. I added leftover shredded Havarti cheese, leftover cheddar cheese, the rest of a bag of Parmesan cheese. I've added some pepper and some salt in here. And we talked a little bit about phyllo dough. That's where we are so far. The next thing is I'm going to root through the fridge for another moment and try to figure out if there's anything else in there that can go in. I don't think there is. So barring that, this is what we're going to work with today. This is how much we have for dinner. And I'll portion out one of those and see how many cups I think it can fill. And then we'll figure out how many cups we can make. Because I can definitely make more cups than I have filling for. Because I have, like, I only really need like 6 or 7 sheets per phyllo cup. And it's going to be, there's a lot more than that in there. How corn focused is this meal? See, zero corn in this meal. But you know what? Shit, I should not have thrown that water out. I was going to put some peas in here. I told Calvin there would be peas in here. Okay, I'm going to put some more water in that pot. It's fine. It's fine. The peas are frozen. And so I'm going to throw some more water in this pot. I'll blanch those for just like 30 seconds just to get the chill off of them. And we'll add those in there. And then that'll be it done. While this water is boiling and getting peas, I'll get the phyllo dough together. So I basically had a recipe that was for the cups. I know that they make the pre-made phyllo cups, but I have dough. I have the dough rolls here. They're not pre-made. It's pre-made phyllo, but they're not made in the cups. So we're gonna make those into cups in a muffin tray. And from there, we'll do par bake of those. The oven's on. It's on 395. It needs to be on I'm gonna put it on 375. It was on 375. It was actually on 395, but if you know, you know. We'll bake those, we'll par bake them, and then we'll do the filling, and then we'll finish baking them. Shouldn't be too complicated. Woman likes predicting who'll be the love interests. I always appreciate that type of guesswork too. I think it makes movies fun. If you don't know the story at all, we buy snacks from the stores. They were cheaper. Yeah, Gwen and Calvin went to the store and bought snacks to take to the movies yesterday. Absolutely. I saw a guy smuggling a 2-liter soda, Joe says. He was nervous and I didn't care. Where do you put a 2-liter bottle of soda? Instead of a 2-liter bottle of soda in your jacket, or are you going to be asked to leave? Something really bad is going to happen now. Of course it is. I could microwave them. Yeah. This is under his sweatshirt in the front. Okay. Well, you're not trying very hard. Bro was packing. Exactly. Yeah, bro was packing. That's pretty funny. All right. I'm going to put out some parchment paper. Now, this is like the one time where I want the parchment to be like flat. Flat. So I'm gonna not coil it up and just do this. Because what I'm gonna do, so I'm layering this. I'm gonna layer it, spray it with olive oil, 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 blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna do like 7 layers, and then we'll cut it. Yeah, we'll cut it on here. Let me actually, yeah, let's do that on the cutting board. Right. Because otherwise, we're going to use a pizza board directly on my counter. I don't want to do that. The peas and peanuts both belong to the legume family and known as the Fabaceae family. I know, being allergic to peanuts, I'm very aware of the family that they're in. Some people puke. Because every time, like, often in my life, I've been like, yeah, I'm allergic to peanuts. And someone's like, it's actually not a nut. Did you know it's not a nut? And I'm like, it makes me die, and I don't care what it is. Thank you. It is cool that they're related, though. It is always funny when someone points out a fun peanut fact after you've told them that you're allergic to it. That's not what happened here, but gourmet Amish country popcorn kernels sound great. I love that popcorn that I got at Shady Maple the other day. It was not the other day. The other day when we were there, like a month and a half ago. Yes, I got that like country style popcorn is pretty great. I absolutely agree. It's not gourmet, but it is like whatever they would call it, country style. So this is the sort of the process as I understood it from the one place that I looked up a recipe on the internet. Hold on, where the heck are my muffin tins? Here they are. Yeah, because the next step is putting this in a tin, and I kind of want to have that available. Hey, did I want to put an egg in here? Yeah, I think I want to put an egg in this. That's definitely a response. Yeah, I mean, you know, the number of times that has happened is not small. I've definitely, and it's, I don't know, it's like, it was funny because like, that's not what happened in chat here, but it is what happens like IRL often. You're like, I have an allergy, and someone's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. Anytime anybody has something that's wrong with them that's not a visible thing, someone's always around to question you. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you're neurodivergent? Are you sure? My fist ain't a gun, but it can still kill you. That would be a response. This is a hill that one of us will die on. It is the other day. Lemon, yeah. The other day is anything that came between what I saw on Time Hop this morning when I looked at it and right now. Everything. That's a whole year. When my mom makes homemade baklava, she butters every sheet, so this seems correct. Yeah. I don't want to use butter on this. I'm going to use something a little bit less than that. No, I want to add an egg in here. That's what I want to do. The other day I was born, right? On a cosmic scale, that is true. Joe asks a question. What cooking related technique has had the highest learning curve? Poaching an egg. Poaching an egg is one that I feel that I just like if you were like, you have 2 eggs And if you can't poach one of them correctly, you know, bad things, I would be like, oh no, just bad things. Just bring them on. Go ahead. So definitely for me, poaching an egg, because I didn't grow up eating poached egg. Like I didn't do that. The first time I ever poached an egg in my whole life was on stream. I've literally only ever poached eggs on stream. So every time you've ever seen me poach an egg has been one of the very few times I've ever done it. And so I'm still kind of in that curve. Hand shaping pasta is still something that's a little bit like, it is just, I don't have it. Like there's a touch, you know, and I don't have it yet. Seafilm says, botanically speaking, tomatoes are classified as berries. They're fleshy fruits that develop from the ovary of a single flower and contain seeds. Right. Like, what is the thing? There was something, there's like knowledge is knowing that tomatoes are berries. Wisdom is knowing not to put them in a fruit salad, right? I think that's how that saying goes. Makes sense to me. The other day, the Big Bang happened. Yeah, it was a rerun though. One of us will die on this hill and it ain't gonna be me. Like, there's only two of us. Once in a while I have a gem. We love a gem. Okay, I'm quite literally just using spray olive oil because I can't be bothered to use regular olive oil, and I'm going to run out of the spray olive oil at some point. So when that happens, we will just use the regular. Okay, that was one. Sorry, that was 2 layers. This is the 3rd layer. 3. This is the 4th layer. Oh, whoa, I'll rip that one in half. That's okay. It's phyllo dough, and it's going to be in the middle. Oh, it's what? The 4th? This is the 4th? I think I said the 4th. This is the 5th. And the 6th. You don't, no, you can't have both of you at once. Wait, just wait. No! No. Don't be difficult. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, come on now. Okay. 5. 6. I'll do one more. This one I want to come off cleanly though. And it did. Okay, so this is 7. What I'm going to do, here's what I'm going to do. We figured it out. I'm going to cut these. First off, let's blanch these peas real quick. But then we're going to come back and cut these. Let's cover these up with a wet towel so they don't get dry. Mrs. Syntax, welcome in. What passing of time would be considered to be soon? For example, I'll be there soon. You know what's funny? I did one of, I think like I went through this. Oh, I know where I posted. It was on Blue Sky. It was like my 2nd post there ever. I remember like thinking about this deeply at one point late at night, and being like, you know, soon to me is like anywhere. Soon to me is like 20 minutes. 20 minutes to an hour. Shortly is like 10 to 15 minutes. Lemon says soon is within 30 minutes. More than 30 and you'd notice the time passed. Yeah. If someone's like, I'll be there soon. Probably like 30, 45 minutes later, I'd be like, where are they? The stakes are so high with eggs. The stakes are very high with eggs. Don't mess them up. I broke one the other day and I was like, annoyed. The rerun is tomorrow. Exactly. Hopefully not. The real thing, not of course the rerun of the real thing, not the show. All right, I'm just gonna give these like literally a minute. Are you sure you're not allergic to the meat? Tatsu, exactly. I saw a guy in a chicken suit. Jordan Mandy's first wedding is related to the Big Bang Theory. Is that a show? A percentage of expected travel time. Joe, I love the scalability of your statement. Yeah, I do agree with that though. If they're a 3-hour drive and they say we'll be there soon, that's still though that's 30 minutes to me. My partner has a cultural measure of time, which is right now and right now, right now. I'm sure the inflection is inaccurate on that, but yeah. The 30-minute pizza delivery, that was a Domino's thing, right? Did Domino's? I don't know if they originated that, but yeah, that was like never, unsustainable, I would imagine. Roman says, this reminds me when my sister and I debated whether or not a few or a couple are interchangeable and different depending on the amount. All I know is I'm correct and they are interchangeable. I would say a few and a couple. I'm always kind of looking for context in those situations, not necessarily for like the specific line. The Dutch equivalent of soon is basically just being used as I'll be there somewhere today. Oh no, yeah, that's not no, then you want to use the word today. Right now means after the thing I'm doing. Right now means immediately. Later means tomorrow, maybe. And later means it probably won't happen. Later means I'll add it to the to-do list. Trindrella, I did not rinse the peas. I didn't rinse anything, actually. I see I was being corralled into that one, wasn't I? One time he said I'll do it right now and then he didn't move and I was confused. Yeah, because then you're like, wait, no. I don't think we're clearly not on the same page. Oh my god. I had to find a setup. Yes, I did not anything today, in fact. Just my hands. Several times. Okay, peas are done. Let's cut this Philo up. Also, I am noting that it's offering both the counter and the additional, which it shouldn't. We'll fix that.
Yes.
30 minutes or less. It's a 2011 movie starring Jesse Eisenberg. Is it about pizza delivery, C Films? Can it? If it's not, can it be? Either today or later in Dutch. To me, soon in D means anywhere between 0 and 30 minutes, depending on the time. Right. I don't think you know what right now means. Right. It's wild to me. We used to one of the company when I was a company I was working at full time had a cultural inability to be on time for things, and it was very much like a known thing within the company. And I remember when I started working there, they were just like, "Oh yeah, we're just late to everything." They're just like, they were like, "Oh, haha, we're just late. We're always late." And I was like, are you kidding me? What? I can't work in this environment. Turns out I couldn't. Didn't want to. A few means 3 or more, and a couple means 2. I mean, a few means I don't know. Maybe I'm going to die on a hill that no one else is here. But to me, a few is anything from like 2 to 5. And a couple means 2. Baby cakes, welcome in. I am making phyllo cups. They are layers of phyllo dough. And we're going to fill them with this filling that's in this bowl over here, which is a whole bunch of different things. Chicken, pesto, leftover cheese, some broccoli in there, peppers in there, peas. Island time. Yeah. I'll send you the money right now. Yeah, right. And then you're like, okay, well, here we are. Proceeded to send it 3 days later. Right. Jesse, it does play a pizza delivery guy. Amazing. I have definitely never heard of this movie. That's really funny. Looks really good. Thanks. We're working on it. So what I'm doing now is I am putting the phyllo dough in the little cupcake tins here. Putting the phyllo in the cupcake tins. Chris, welcome. Hello. What's making the yellowish color? The yellowish color on the phyllo dough is olive oil. Sarah. Chris, welcome in. Good to have you. I'm assuming what were you doing today? I'm assuming you were meal prepping today. That's generally the vibe, right? Sofa, thank you for the shout out. Huckster Duke, welcome. We'd be hangry. Well, hangry. I'm sorry if you're hangry. I will try to appeal. I will try to appease you visually. The hangry gang, right? Who the Heo? Am I saying your name right? Welcome in. Good to have you. Friends who were hanging out here, Chris Hangry is a friend of the stream, fellow food and drink streamer. Chris, happy ACE Visibility Awareness Day yesterday. Good to have you. Chris Hangry is makes really beautiful prep. So some of the things that Chris does on stream are like meal prepping, like these really pretty sort of like lunch or dinner prepped meals, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Well, other cultures outside of the States don't value like super strict appointment times, which is, I get that. I definitely understood that from working in an international or global company and being like, oh, this is not ideal for me. Chris, welcome in. It's nice to have you all. Friends who joined us from Chris's stream, just a little intro and some housekeeping. It's nice to have you.
I'm in danger!
All right, how's that? We haven't done a... There we go. Mic went out. Thank you. I did say this was going to happen. I literally was like, my mic's going to die later in stream. You can let me know when it happens. Thank you. Anyway, it's nice to have you. My name's Lou. Typically, we're doing cooking. We do some IRL stuff. I live in Philadelphia, so we get out and about in the city on occasion. We'll be out and about in the city on Saturday this week, I believe. But for now, we're cooking. We do vegetable forward family meals for the most part. Sometimes we do things that are decidedly unvegetable like, such as baking. Although carrot cake falls into that equation. Anyway, welcome in. As I said earlier, follows are silent. There's no alerts for follows, so please feel free to lurk, hang out if you want, follow if you want to remember to come back, and it's good to have you. Heyo, but I also respond to just who. Amazing. Heyo, thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. Because I try to get people's names right, and like, just in general, if I'm ever just saying your name wrong and you're like, what's this guy's deal? You can just tell me and let me know. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 layers. 5. I want to do 7 layers. So we're going to par bake. Here's what we're doing. I'm layering phyllo dough right now in to these cups. So I'm laying it flat first, spraying it with olive oil between layers, and then putting it in a muffin tin. Into that, I'm putting a mixture of other stuff that's going to be baked. So I'm going to par bake these in just a moment here. Once I've got this tray finished, I'm going to pop this tray in the oven and par bake, because otherwise I might never actually finish. I only need 4 for this tray. Okay, so like I said, I've got these phyllo dough cups. We're cutting, layering, cutting, and pressing them into this muffin tin. I'm going to bake these for about 6 minutes. Probably just enough time to do a second tray worth. And I am just going to do a whole second tray worth, because that's a lot of filling. And if I run out of filling first, great. And if I run out of cups first, it's not as great, but it's, you know, it's good. Seafoam says, when a movie time is posted for a movie, the theater does not start at that time. What do you think about that? I think as long as it starts, you know, I think everybody expects previews at the movies, right? Like, I certainly expect there to be some level of preview. I usually assume that the movies are going to have about 15 minutes worth of previews. Chris says, I've been too vegetable forward lately, so we're treating ourselves to show you chicken and mac salad. Hell yes. Treat yourself indeed. I just got back to the farmer's market this past weekend after having been away for a few weeks. So I did not, however, go overboard and like not panic purchase, but like when I go back to the farmer's market after I've been not there for that amount of time, I usually end up buying like a whole bunch of stuff that I then have to, not that I don't need, but then I have to like figure out what to do with it, which is fun. And I love doing that. And it's like a big part of what I like to do with regard to cooking, but it's also like, oh man, I'm glad I didn't. I actually looked at looked at my calendar while I was at the farmer's market, and I was like, oh, I'm not cooking dinner this and this day. Like, I can't buy too much here. So I did not, and I feel like I did a good job. I feel like I did a good job this week, balancing my excitement with my more reasonable nature. All right, let me find that brush. There's this brush. Okay, we just ran out of olive oil spray, so I need to adjust, and we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this the manual way. I think the banana badge makes sense here. I love the banana badge. I didn't get a banana badge. I didn't try to get a banana badge, but I do kind of love them. 1, 2. So I've been doing 7 layers of phyllo. 1, 2. And we're just taking, now I've been spraying, but now I'm just kind of taking the brush and layering this on. 1, 2, this will be 3. I think the first time I made Daisy, where are you going? No. Daisy needs to go out, and I'm gonna let her out in just a moment. We're gonna have an ad break coming up here in just a few moments. It's gonna be 3 minutes long. I'm gonna play a game of words on stream, and then we'll be right back after that. But I am gonna stop what I'm doing during that time. I'm gonna let the dog outside. We're gonna do that in about 3 or 4 minutes from now. When I'm finished with this and I can get those cups out of the oven, we're gonna do a quick break. So just a heads up, once I've got these in the pan, we'll turn our attention elsewhere. Was it a Philly Farmers Market? It was. Is the one I always go to. I try to go, most weeks I go to the same market. Some days if I miss the market that I usually go to, there's other ones on different days in different locations. So they're all in the city though. I walk or take the bus or transit to get to the market most of the time. Crawdalt, a peanut butter cake with a little microwave red recipe tweak. Smart. Wise. It is wise. Sounds good. A banana patch was a journey. That is true. I thought you had to be like streaming in a specific category, and I was going to stream in that category, and then I didn't, and now it's over. So, they also said you had to share it on socials, but they didn't. I didn't. And how do they know? I shared. I was every so often I go back and I clip a bunch of stuff from the stream, and I shared one recently and was like, oh, it was like, I don't know, on YouTube Shorts. I'm like trying to understand Shorts a little bit better. Yeah, I'm gonna let Daisy out. She's back in the kitchen now. She's like here. She's here and she's like waiting for me. I told her to wait, so we're gonna do that in just a moment here. So I'll cut this. So I've got enough for the rest of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Okay, and these are a little greasier than the ones from the other round that I was using the spray stuff for. So we'll see how this goes. I feel like these are going to be like wet, and because I think I put too much oil on here. I'm pretty sure there's too much oil. So I think these are just going to be like wet at the bottom. Okay, my timer is going off. Let's get the rest of these in here. I mentioned them being kind of wet, so I'm sort of taking them, I'm squeezing these last couple here. I'm going to squeeze the oil out from between the layers. Okay, timer is beeping at me. I know, I hear you. The dog's panting, the timer's beeping. Okay, let me wash my hands. Then we are going to take a quick break. I'm going to get these other phyllo cups in the oven, and then we'll be on our way to having dinner. Pretty much finished. Because once these are baked, I say, this is a big if. Once these are baked, we should be, or once these are filled, rather, it should be pretty good to go and bake rather quickly because all the ingredients are cooked. All right, let's throw those in. I'm going to do another 6 minutes on the timer. Okay, if you're new to stream, we do a break every hour. It's 3 minutes long. We play words on stream during the break. We also run a 3-minute ad on Twitch. If you were looking for an excuse to get up and use the bathroom or get a drink or whatever, or leave the channel and you're like, F this guy for playing ads, go ahead and do that. That's fine. But if you want to hang out and play words on stream, I'd welcome you to do that. Yeah, you have to follow me everywhere, Roma. See, the thing is, they're not going to check that, but like, there are platforms that will check that. Okay. This mayonnaise an instrument. No, but it could be an ASMR thing. Yes, it could. It could. I don't want to admit that that's true, but that is true. I don't have the mental bandwidth for trying to spread peanut butter on some flimsy, spongy bread. No, you gotta. I hate spreading cold stuff on soft bread. It's the worst. Just roll the bread around it and eat it. Angry Rook, welcome. Okay. Washcloth has an oven mitt. Yeah, the towel. Just make sure it's folded a couple times. Okay. We're gonna play a game of words on stream. Are we ready? Here it comes. Here's some words on stream. Here is an ad on Twitch. It's 3 minutes long. If you have a Prime sub and you don't want ads, now's the time to use it. Otherwise, we'll be right back. 3 minutes. Did I set the timer for the second batch? I did.
Hi.
Yes.
Welcome to another edition of Commercials
I did.
Hate.
Okay. Days. You gonna go pee? You gonna go pee? Okay. Come on. Okay. It stopped raining, girly. Lucky you. Okay, here she goes. Out into the world. Oh, must have really had to go. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Almost there. Okay, you good? Come on. Up your feet. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good dog. That's a good dog. That's a very good dog. All right, let's tidy up over here. I'm not going to save this last sheet of phyllo dough. It's terrible, but it's like it's all dry and crackly now into the it's in the compost now. Oh well. One more guess. Everybody gets one more guess. We got one more left on the board. I know we can do it. I know. I believe. I also believe it starts with an R. It definitely starts with an R. Ra. It definitely started with an R because of the way that the alphabet works. Good job. That was a good one. Sobs, correct. One more. Yes. Okay. Wait, no, I want to finish cleaning up the counter. I'm like putting dishes away from the sink, but there's still like all sorts of dishes over here. Okay, I can throw this other phyllo dough. Look, I have another phyllo dough going back in the fridge. Oh, this one is old. Okay, that one can also get tossed. This is new and unopened. You can refreeze phyllo, I believe. You should. I know you can refreeze Philo. That was silly. That one was frozen, thawed, frozen, and thawed again. Hey, if you're watching on Twitch, you just had an ad break. Welcome back. Thank you for your patience. Hey, C-Films. Nice. That was a board, right? We finished one? Excellent. Excellent. Another board done. 3 today. Oh, you know what I should do? Oh, hold on. I need to write down. I'm now at 2 things. I'm now at 2 things that I want to adjust. I want a stream. I want a per stream words on stream number in response. So it says like, it's X number of boards total. It's, 3 today, 50 total or something like that. And what was the other thing I wanted to adjust? The messaging. It was messaging for counter Rin's response. Okay. Got it. Hey, Woma, thank you for your sub. I appreciate it. That is an 11-month resub. You know what comes next? 12. We're almost there. Am I good? Yeah, Angry Rook. I'm good. You good? Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking. Let's get this other set of Philo cups out of the oven. Now I'm going to fill these basically right away because they are yeah, the ones that have more oil in them. So this is kind of funny. The ones that have more oil in them are these. The ones that look like they have little bulbs. They're like, let's see, how do I describe this? I don't even think this camera is going to show that correctly. So some of these have little bumps in the center. They're like glistening, whereas this one is like dry. Not really, but thanks for asking. Well, yeah, like existentially, how are you? Maybe not great. I don't know. I feel like the answer to the how are you question in the parlance of our times is like, I am alive and healthy today. And hopefully you are too. Okay, these cups, we're gonna fill these. Ooh, they look good. They do look good. They look good. They do look different. So some of them are very clearly, visibly different, but they're all fine. So these are basically just like par cooked Philo cups. You can take them out. They're not super sturdy, but they are holding together, which is great. I am well, thank you for asking. I'm glad. All right, what else do we have that needs to go into here? Anything? No. Okay. Having learned from the past where we came from, obviously, we're going to use an ice cream scoop or 3 tablespooner. I think this is 3 tablespooner. I don't know. This one is good, but this is always, I always find, I always remember the ice cream scoop too late. I'm hopeful that today is the day where it is useful. Yeah, that's good. We'll pop that in. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pop that in, and we're going to tap it down. We'll pop it in with the scoop. We'll tap it down with the spoon, and then we'll move on to the oven in just a few moments here. Is there cheese? There is. Who's knows? Congrats on the new job. It's good to have options. Maybe not always great when those options come in after you've not needed them anymore. That's what do they say? That's a good networking opportunity to be like, oh yeah, sorry, phone. You get the like next time, whatever. I don't know. I used to be good at networking professionally. Yeah, we're gonna have more than one tray and less than two. Exactly what I thought. Okay, so the second tray, I'm gonna put filling into the ones that were more oily, just because I want to know what the difference is. I want to like understand how they are different once they're finished. Right? Chris, enjoy your lurk. Thanks for bringing friends through. Appreciate you. How long were they in the oven, Warmass? These were in the oven for their par cook for 6 minutes. Not very long. They're in the oven for 6 minutes. I'm going to put them back in for about another 6. Once I've got all the filling in, I'm going to take the extra cups, the extra phyllo cups out. So we're not going to leave them in there to bake. Actually, I wonder. I have leftover apple butter in there that I've been thinking of doing something with. What could I? No, that wouldn't work. It's too liquidy. Never mind. We're not going to do that. I think that was just a bit of a stretch. It's turned out. Congrats on the client. Amazing. I believe you when you say that you were networking and hustling for it. If I know anything about our experience together over the past few years, that is true. Congrats, y'all. All right. Well, that's a lot of cups. At what temp? I had these in the oven at 375. Okay, we'll take these last little cups out of here. There we go. You know what I didn't do before I put this filling in here? Dare I taste it now? Yeah, that tastes great. Okay. 6 minutes is not very long. No. Should have got them apple bottom jeans. Oh my god. Why did I just do that? That was so terrible. Sorry. I'm gonna put these back in. And again, we're really just like, probably leave these in maybe for 8 minutes. Let's do 8. Do 8 minutes. That seems reasonable. I like the Kermit instead of the Flow Rider. Thank you. Thank you for assuming I wasn't trying to imitate Flow Rider. You're right, I totally wasn't. Oh my god. I could make egg ones. I probably will not do that. It's already in, like we're in, and I think we're going. We're in and we're going, so I'm gonna leave those as they are. Let's clean up the counter a little bit though. Oh, pause. Let's set a timer. I have a timer going. Why is that other timer going? Did I set this already? Oh my god. Okay. There was something else I was going to cut up. What was it? Oh, the cantaloupe. Let's cut the cantaloupe. I actually do want to do that. And the container for that is, aha, on the sink, where the container from the last cantaloupe was. I mean, whenever I use it, true. I was thinking of putting apple butter in them and having them be a dessert type of thing. I was thinking of like apple butter and then a little bit of like cheese or something. But I simply ran out of inspiration for this. I ran out of will at this moment in the dinner making. Today was a sort of like a use it up impromptu dinner. I'm trying to. I feel like I definitely overcomplicated it, but not that much. Not so much that it is awful. And a lot of the dishes I used are dishwasher worthy, so that's good. Okay. Let's cut this cantaloupe up while we're waiting. Yeah, I have a timer that's counting down. It's got 5 minutes and 20 seconds left on it. So we're going to go with that. That'll be our countdown. And the cantaloupe, I'm not going to do anything complicated with. We're just taking it and gutting it, putting the slices, getting the slices off of the rind and putting it in a container where they will get eaten. I ate the rest of last week's cantaloupe last night. Just finished it off. So we're cutting up more. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. That would be interesting. Yeah, I could totally just put like, yeah, roasted nuts, cinnamon, sugar, egg white, and just bake it. That would be really good. I like that idea. That's creative. I was thinking of something sweet that would track with I was considering like, I didn't want to do anything that was savory, but often when I have like a little bit of leftover dough, I just bake that off on a sheet pan, like flatten it, bake it, put some cinnamon and sugar on top of it, and then just eat it when it comes out and it's all crispy and good. I wanted to get those in the oven though. Like my goal was like, get them in the oven. Don't leave them out of the oven for the sake of filling these last two. That was where my head went. Because I will do that, and then I would be putting them in like now. As opposed to like 4 minutes ago. Anyway. Sometimes I catch myself when I'm getting hung up on something and I don't do it, and I'm always a little proud of myself when I do that. Because I'm like, hey, good job. You avoided the distracting thing. Congrats. Then the other half of my brain's like, oh, what? I wasn't listening. And I'm like, fuck you. Yeah, it didn't get me that time. Right. Not that time. But that's the reason that at midnight last night, I'm like, it would be a good decision to install this new piece of stream hardware that requires a lot of setup. Let's unplug the old thing that I know works. Yeah. There's also that. But I did. We got a new camera today. It's not in use right now, is it? No, it's not in use right now. It is, the stove camera is new. It is another Elgato product. At this point, if they were like, we want to sponsor you, I would be like, I don't need anything. Thanks, though. Just kidding. Just kidding. Elgato, if you're watching, Just kidding. Warman says, whenever I get really ambitious about a big idea like that, it's mostly because I'm putting something else off. Yeah, I think I was in the mode yesterday of like stream updates. I did a bunch of updates. On the computer, I did a bunch of updates on the bot. I did a few updates, like hardware updates. I changed the camera. Obviously, I installed a new camera, and I what else did I do? I also like reconfigured my hardware yesterday. One of the things that this is a lesson I learned from A Recipe Reborn at least a year and a half, probably 2 years ago, about downscaling and like, hey, why is OBS crashing when I'm using this camera? Well, now I know. So I now like, I think that things like that take a long time because now I'm more experienced and I don't have the setup. I don't have the. I feel like it's more completely set up now. But I don't feel like I'm missing as much as I used to. I learned it the other day. I remember. Well, what happened, Lemon, was, and this is where the release notes channel on Discord, why I love it. I remembered installing this camera, the overhead camera, and being like, it's crashing my computer. Like OBS keeps crashing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what did I do to fix that? I literally went back in my own release notes and found what I did to fix it. And I was like, oh yeah, that was the problem. And then I just did it with the other camera and it was like, everything worked again. That and plugging it into the right USB port. That also helps too. But that's why I keep the release notes channel. It's for me. Because if I solve a complicated problem on like setup or something, I like to document it somewhere. And if I put it in public, it's like easier to. Discord makes it searchable. Most things like that in my life go into Evernote, but now y'all get to see it too if you want. Okay. Timer just went off. Damn, that cantaloupe is really, really tasty. All right, these are looking good. I'm gonna take the temperature inside of these. I don't need these to cook. Again, everything in here is completely cooked, but I do want them to be like hot on the inside. I'm at 120, 110. I'm gonna give these another like 3 or 4 minutes, and they should be finished. The Philo's looking gold around the edges, so that's like looking pretty nice. I'm gonna eat this cantaloupe. This is so good. Yeah, $20. Any type of notes. I love like. I think with Twitch too, with streaming, I started putting all the release notes in that channel because there's just so much. Like anytime I make a change on the stream, like you could make constant tweaks. You can constantly be doing stuff, making things like a little different or changing things a little bit. And I think just being able to be like, oh, I sat down yesterday and I accomplished something. Here it is. Because if you do anything on the computer, like there's just always going to be more stuff to do. So for me, it's also nice to like look at it and be like, oh, actual progress. I was reading back the other day. I was reading back through the release notes. There's something about like implementing like the check-in counter. I was like, oh shit, that's cool. And now there's like almost 6,000 check-ins. I like looking at it for like nostalgia purposes too. It's like, hey, yeah, I have built a bunch of stuff here. even though, excuse me, even though this stream looks, the format, this box, this thing, this is all basically the same as the very first stream. This is new. That wasn't there the first stream. Marianne, welcome. Welcome. All right, I set a timer for those? I did. Okay. Hello. Family's home again. How do I want to plate these? That is the question. I want to put the greens, little herbs that I got on top. Yeah? You know, academic karate medal. Very nice. Calvin got a medal in karate today for having a report card with A's and B's on it.
But that was what called my game while I was in the middle of the and I was like,
Right.
John over the
Oh, okay. Yeah, he said it was today. Yeah, I'm live.
Tomorrow says surgery.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Good. Apparently cantaloupe ice cream goes well with cognac. Okay. Good to know. I bet it does. Cognac is a liquor, is an orange liquor? Is it a liqueur? Is it a wine? I don't even know. Okay. Oh. That's counting up. That's not counting down. I just hit start. Okay, those have been in there for an additional 5 minutes. Let's see how long. Should be ready. Should be ready. Just about.
Days? Shut up.
Yeah, 150. We're at 150. Panda, welcome in. Friends, nice to have you. Frizzy, hello. Emerald Frog, hello. Witchy Woman, welcome. Tudrella, thank you for the shout out. How is the kitchen today? Pizza Hut, I like your name. I like all of your names, but Pizza Hut hits a specific time and place in my life. Siri Nash, welcome. Hello. It's brandy, Dan says. Cognac is brandy. Okay. Some soup. It's just that we're right at the tail end of soup season. Cooking's going well. I'm about to pull dinner out of the oven. So y'all are right on time. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome in, friends. For those of y'all who were hanging out here on the stream with us, if you are into food and drink, fellow food and drink streamer, Pandarex would appreciate your follow. They are free. You can just give them out. Cost you nothing. Speaking of, follows on this channel are silent. If you want to follow and you don't like being perceived, there are no alerts. There's no noises and there's no chat messages. We are just finishing dinner. We're going to, but I will say hi to you if you say hi in chat. But it's not going to call you out for following. And we love lurkers. So if you're a lurker, welcome to you as well. We're just finished here, pulling dinner out of the oven. Today, we made sort of a leftover meal. And I'll show you what that is in just a second. I'm going to take these out and put them on some plates. I'm going to try one of each. They're not different kinds, but I did oil the pan or oil the cups a little differently. So we made phyllo dough cups, basically the same dough that you would use for like baklava. We laid that out and layered it. Put a little olive oil between each layer. Put a bunch of stuff in a bowl. This is a use it up meal. We did leftover chicken, leftover pesto chicken, leftover cheddar, a little bit of Havarti cheese, leftover Havarti, some Parmesan, some dill, and chives are going to go on top. Peas, red pepper, caramelized onion, and broccoli, which I blanched. So a lot of like little bits of things got cooked today. What I was just doing was turning these in the cups so that they're so that they're not stuck. Just checking to make sure they're not all stuck in the bottom of these. I'm gonna grab a few of these. I'm gonna put 3 of these on a little plate here. And I'll show you these on the camera so that you can see them up close and they look a little better. They will look a little better. All right, these are these little phyllo cups.
Oh. I don't have this.
I'll give you a little overhead view as well. That is dinner. Yeah. Yeah, I got that for recipe. So these are, I'm gonna cut one of these. So what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna cut one of these in half and just show you like a cross section. But generally they're not meant to be cut in half. You're meant to just kind of eat them like that. Well, let's here's a cross section of this thing. Come on, we can get there. There we go. Down 3 of those. Yeah, I'm planning on eating 3 of these. But that is the cup, a little side. And this is just a few bites. Probably like four bites, I don't know, total. Those are really good. They're very pot pie-esque, right? Anytime you have like chicken and sort of flaky dough like this, the pesto is great in here. This is pesto from the pistachio stream. Oh my. They're very hot. Let me turn the oven off. Speaking of hot. Okay. Can imagine tomato soup. An accompaniment to this would be good. I was thinking of like a dip. Oh, I meant to put herbs on top. I didn't. Just a few fresh herbs. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, an accompaniment of like a dip or something. Soup for sure. Will do. You know I'm into that kind of thing. That was the right amount of layers too. I was not worried, but I'm never sure. I don't use phyllo dough very often, and I'm not sure how many like layers one typically uses, right? But I think it turned out okay. I tried to use 7. I two of them I made 6 or 8. Unfair. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the week. This week specifically, it's kind of I'm gonna say a short one. We'll be live again. I let her out like half an hour ago, but she might need to poop. I'm just letting you know she peed already, so don't expect or do. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be doing Cookie Club. So this month's cookies are salted honey pistachio cookies. They look really good. They look terrifically good, actually. And now that I'm not allergic to pistachios, we're gonna make those. And that's gonna be a longer one. We're gonna start at probably 1:30 p.m. Eastern. So we're gonna make the packages, make the popcorn, make the cookies, package the cookies, and then we're gonna do something for dinner. I honestly, I don't know what dinner is yet, but we're gonna figure it out. I'll figure it out before then. Maybe. Yes, definitely we'll be figuring it out before then. All right. I thought Gwen had cut off all her hair because I couldn't see the length from the back. She did not. No, it is. Today was cold here. It was cold. It was like 5 degrees here. Excuse me. Dad, I did pick winners already. Picked and notified. We had the winners are in Discord. The winners are not in Discord, actually. I could post them again. I always forget, and then I don't. The last time I posted the winners in Discord was probably a year ago. But yes, please feel free to ask questions real time. Okay, today we are. Oh, and then the other thing. This coming Saturday, I'm hoping to do a. I'm not hoping to do. I'm going to do an IRL stream, but I'm hoping to do it from the Southeast Asian Market in FDR Park, which is where we've been there a couple times. On an IRL, we've been there twice, I think. So I'm hoping to do that on Saturday, which would be super fun. Last week was the first week for it for this season. All right, we're going to raid today. Today we're going to go see Ellie Face. Ellie is on stream, currently doing. She's baking something. I can't really tell. I see Biscoff cookies. Anyway, she's one of the OG food and drink streamers on Twitch. Is streaming with she is also a good friend of the stream, and she is streaming with our other good friend of the stream, Joystick Nick. We have some new raid messages in chat. Feel free to grab one of those. Was dyeing my kid's hair and listening. Amazing. I hope it turned out okay. I hope your hands are also free of dye. Yeah. Nice to have you all today. I appreciate it. These are muffin tins. Well, these are definitely muffin tins. Luke, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. My hands are purple. I love it. Okay. Here are some other social media links in chat. Good place to catch up between streams. Otherwise, we will see you. I'll see you on stream tomorrow. We're gonna make some cookies. Have a good one, y'all. I appreciate you hanging out on a Monday stream. Enjoy the start of your week. If I don't see you, I'll see you in chat. Bye.